The largest elephant in the world. Elephants are one of the largest and most famous creatures in the world, known for their long tusks and peculiar trunks. That's why this time we'll show you one of the most famous, having even been categorized as the largest elephant in the world. This is the story of Jumbo. The search for a legend. Just like every story, this one started in the African continent, where species of larger elephants live. This news reached the ears of several zoo owners who were looking for gigantic attractions to fascinate the attention of the public. Although they had become popular, the stories of the Asian elephants used to transport people, zoos aimed higher, and that's how they went into the African forests in search of this marvel that would become history. Its arrival in the old continent. This African elephant was captured in 1861 after its mother was killed by hunters when it was barely 1 year old, technically a baby who would later be bought by an Italian animal shelter who took him to the famous zoo of Paris, the Jardin des Plantes, where he would live for almost 5 years and then be transferred to London, where he would begin his famous career, where he became known for taking visitors on his back, mainly children, where it is rumored that powerful figures would have enjoyed its travel in their childhood. Characters like Theodore Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and even the children of Queen Victoria. Besides that, it would be here where it would be baptized with its peculiar name, which in Swahili means hello. Uncontrolled anger. One of the most symbolic characteristics in the history of this giant specimen is its strange nocturnal behavior that was mainly a total lack of control of what its owners called raging attacks. Because of this, in many cases, it destroyed everything around it, sometimes even hurt itself. Its caretaker reported that once it broke its fangs while trying to break through steel bars. Because of this, it is rumored that its caregiver used to give him whiskey to calm the animal. Nowadays, after studying the bones of this animal, it is presumed that these attacks were due to intense teeth pain caused mainly by the bad diet to which it was accustomed. Its circus life. Despite its great reception in London, it was sold to the Barnum & Bailey Circus for a price of approximately £2,000. However, this did not please the English people at all, since they had grown fond of him. Even hundreds of people went to say goodbye when it started its trip to the new continent. Already in the United States, it would attain fame as one of the most famous elephants worldwide, being the main attraction of the circus, which is enough to say, since this show had the name of the greatest show in the world. With the circus, it toured throughout North America, where it attracted nearly 9 million people who only expected to see Jumbo, the king of elephants. Mystery behind its death. On one of its tours, Jumbo died at the age of 24 in a city in Canada due to a heavy impact on the train. The story of its death drew much attention in view of the fact that the owner of the circus made a story about Jumbo in which he would have sacrificed to save another young elephant. However, later this story would be proven false, since the train would have hit him from the back without him having the chance to see it. Despite the strong collision with the locomotive, the famous elephant did not present any broken bones, so it's deduced that it would have died due to internal hemorrhage. Its death made headlines around the world. A legend had died. Was it really the largest elephant in the world? Within the mystery surrounding the history of Jumbo, the main question is whether or not it was the largest elephant that ever existed. Due to this question, researchers and scientists examined its bones to determine its height, which reached 11.32 feet, which shows a great stature even for its species, in view of the fact that an African elephant of the same age reaches an average of 9.32 feet. Besides that, Jumbo was still growing, because elephants finish growing at 40 years old at the time of death. On the big screen. The story of Jumbo was taken to the movie theaters by the well-known Walt Disney, who created the movie Dumbo in honor of the elephant, where he would grant it the ability to fly, as well as a metaphor in reference to its freedom.
Dumbo, you flew!
Legacy. Its name became so well known that at present it is used for any type object that shows great size. On the other hand, its body was dissected and donated to the American Museum of History in New York, where it was exhibited for several years. In addition, in the city of Ontario where he died, a monument in his name was made. The story of Jumbo made it clear that keeping elephants in captivity is extremely detrimental to both their health and their evolutionary process, for which hundreds of elephants have now been retired from circuses and are sent to shelters where they can be free and no one can boss them around. If you liked the life of the biggest and most famous elephant, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell for more content just like this. See you in the next video.